Zryken, この後すぐ Hello, this is Zryken. Welcome to another video review. If you guys know about me a little bit, I recently have been diving more and more into buying more expensive but figures, and like some of them are like, you know, the Assaulter and stuff is like $60. The Arc Core, this horse guy right here, is $60. This thing right here is $60, and that's the size of like an SH Figuarts, and they're like the same price, different scale and detail. But yeah, this one I made from one of the more expensive lines called Rayobot. We are taking a look at Super Robot Wars OG, OG standing for Original Generations, Ealdabelt. Ealdabelt is a Super Robot Wars original character. If you don't know Super Robot Wars, it is a I would like to say an RPG, tactical RPG, that involves you basically taking command of robots you put down on, like, in this, that you sortie out in a mission, and you control them by just like, you know, just various other that you just use to fight. They are from various franchises, existing franchises like Gundam, Macross, Combattler V. Just any super robot you can get your hands on. You've probably seen them in the game. But Super Robot Wars is literally the generational, like, mecha collab game that goes on a lot. If you like mecha games, you've heard of Super Robot Wars, and this is one of their originals that hasn't shown a lot anymore. So we could take a look at that. Here's the side. I did not realize this was caved in. That's new. So there's that. But like the side there, here it is. So he is posable. I kind of call this the Kenshiro of super robots because the backdrop and the fact that he fights with fists. He pummels people, and here he is. Here's the Autobot. He is. By the way, the box is pretty deceptive of his scale. If you want to see, he's about half as tall as the box. And here's the kicker. Where are you? Here's a Shinkalion. And also, here is Zenkaiser again. Basically, he is the most expensive I have. He is $200. But like when you look at it, it's like, then what's the difference? Like what am I getting in if I wanted to get one, right? They had the difference is that they're all different in a way. The one I got is chock full of die-cast metal. His joints are pretty stiff too, and I haven't really. I only took him out of the box once, but yeah. Other than that, like design-wise, he is really good. Like just really, really up there. So you get like the back, you get the hair. The hair is just separate, which is cool. Like it makes it so that way it's just in the box they came separate, so you don't have to worry about it like breaking with the entire thing. And I was thinking like, I was thinking about picking up the model kit. There is a model kit of this by Kotobukiya, but like it's really old. But yeah, he is design wise very red and very purple. Like all his prominent colors are there. You get the gold, you get the purple, you get the red, and it's displayed in a way that is very appealing. And he also has like various teeth, like right here. I would like to say on his back, but there's spikes on his back, but that's for a different thing. He has this. I don't know what this is, but hey, if you've seen my model, then you know that some idea came from this guy. Yodabalth was my favorite because at the time I was always like, yeah, fists, like I was always that kind of person. I was like, my God, fighting with fists is so much better than than this guy. Then a lot of that changed. And I was like, you know what? I appreciate everything. So yeah. Before I get distracted again, we're gonna do the posability. His head is actually very sharp. Don't hold it by there, but like it's kind of super limited. So you can look side to side, especially with the neck. You could turn a little bit, and you can't look up far. The reason why is because of his hair. So like, let me take off his hair because it does come off. I said I was gonna. Can you let me? Can you move, please? Come on. So this is the back of his head. It's very hollow, I would say, and like the hair is a separate piece. So it's even labeled like this is the right side. But yeah, like when you get it out of the box, it's not broken. It's just the fact that the hair is like this like separated. So you're gonna have to do some minor assembling. So you could bring this down. I think you could bring, yeah, you could bring it down like that. You can look up. Not really look up. It looks like you're just looking straight. Then bring it down. Oh, you can look down really well. So there's that. Then in order to not break it, you could just bring the hair down up like that. Oh, it doesn't really go all the way. So it's like that. The hair is on a hinge, so you could go up and down. That squeak did not sound good. You could go left and right with it, so you can have it like splayed out like this, and it do be weird. Also the other thing, as you can see, it's like segmented, so you get a hinge here and a hinge here. Yeah, right here as well. Oh, it was sticky, that's why. So you can just have it flow, and it makes you think Miku's gonna eat her heart out. So you can have flowing hair like that. It's not bad, but I'm gonna pose them without the hair though, because it's gonna get in the way. Actually, no, we're gonna do it with the hair. Let's do it. A part of me is like, should I do it with or without the hair? But no, we're gonna pose it with the hair. The chest is kind of limited, so you could just get a minor wiggle. You can do a full 60. Why is it so? I think it's just because I didn't mess around with it much. So full 360, skirts unimpeded, and then you do have like this ball joint over here, so you could just move it around like that. And then the shoulder armor is on the hinge, so you can move it out like that. I think you can move the arm out. You can move the arm out. Oh my God. Also be careful, this thing is sharp. So you can move it out like that. He does have a bicep swivel, so that's also unimpeded. He has double elbow, double elbow joint. So for this by itself, you could get as far as that before it hits the armor. You have a swivel. There's a cut right here where you could just swivel the arm, which is nice, and then you could do it like that. Now he has a full elbow, and it's really good. Like it really does a really good job, especially with that swivel. Then Oh my god, this thing's stiff. These are. It's also a note to say the joints are metal. So you got that. Then you got a hint. I think it's like the figure arts thing where no, it's just a ball joint. So you got a ball joint on the bottom. Then the fun bit is you get a hinge, and a hinge with a thumb. Hinge, 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 all hinges, and also uh, ball joints at the end of the fingers, at the base of the hand. So you can. He has a fully posable hand, and I really like that. So you can basically just. There's a hinge on his thumb, and just have him do this, and it's good. It's really good, and it hasn't really done anything bad to me yet. So you can do that, or just curl his hands up again. And then just do that. So then his skirt, the front one is on a ball joint. So just that. You gotta make sure that these line up though, like that. So not the other way around, but it could go up pretty far. The ball joints. The side skirts are on a hinge, so it could go out like that, and then it could hinge. It looks like it's on a hinge, but it doesn't look like it wants to move. So there's that. The leg, he could go forward, even with the leg armor in the way. So you got that. He does have a thigh swivel. It's pretty limited because of the way the leg is sculpted. That is also metal. Also, he's also very pointy. So I'm very. Oh yeah. The cool thing when you bend his knee, it kind of shifts with it. So you got that. It's a little over 90, and it's supposed to be like 2 joints, and it works well. Then, and like I said, I haven't messed around with this guy as much, so he is gonna be really stiff. He has, you can see the joint in there too, the joint connection, so you can get a full range. Like you could go up this far, go down. He can go down really far. Holy cow! He can go side to side. The back skirt, the back ankle armor. Oh my god! I just slipped my. Okay. The back armor can go back, so that way the back part of the foot could get out of the way, and he can toe. So he has that, and then he has this. he could. He basically can. He is really poseable. So like, let's throw him into a pose quick. I hope I don't break this guy though, which I'm pretty sure will not be the problem. This guy is gonna break me. This guy is sharp. Like I'm touching his back, and it's just he wants nothing of it. Right, then. So we could just that. Oh yeah. Also, I think if I remember correctly, the neck could extend, so that way you could get more poses out of it. So yeah, you could pose him pretty well. And yeah, the other thing, he does come with this. And if you want to know what this does, you are gonna have to change out his hand. So it I don't think it matters which one, but I'm gonna do it with this hand. As you can see, it goes on the peg, and this comes off pretty easily. Then you attach this on here, and then you have the. I think what I remember him calling. I don't remember what the attack was, but he. This is like a attack that he uses, like when he throws an enemy up in the air, and he like uses it like a Mega Buster, and what it shoots out is like a giant blue dragon. Wait, hold on. Oh god. You're also gonna have to be careful with a lot of this, because it does hit each other a lot. And then like that. So it goes like that. And then he goes like, shoot out and get Haidu! That kind of thing. I'm sorry, I'm butchering the Japanese language, but like he uses that, and then it could lead into an attack called the hold on, what was it called? Gohyak Shinken? Because like, you know, this guy being a martial artist, they have attack names. Um, let's see. Okay, camera data cringe. But hold on, things fell. I need to pick them up. That is literally all the accessories he comes with. The biggest one I could probably, oh god, the biggest one I could say he came with is this base. So let me move him out of the way. This base is Riobot's staple. So anytime you get like this guy or any other in the line, you are always gonna get a base. This white piece on it though is, I think, specified for this one. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna take this. There's a circle, the peg. And with the peg, you're gonna lift up. I don't think you lift this up. You extend this outwards. Okay. You extend it outwards. You kind of slide this in, and you want to make sure it goes into this part, like this part down here. So then we're gonna slide that in. Make sure it's in there snugly. Close it back in, and now he has a butthole, and you're gonna do this, and now with that he has air capabilities. So as you can see, the base, it can't spin, but he has a hinge, and a hinge. So what can we do when we have him in this? Simple as that. Have him strain out his hands, close his fists, and God, can I do this? Maybe not on him. Maybe not while it's attached to the base. He is, like I said, this guy is incredibly stiff. It's scary, but he can kick. How did the box have him posed like that though? Oh yeah, it's just different. I kind of wish that there was a way to like tilt it like this, but yeah, and this is how they did it. You want to make sure this is facing backwards because hair, and yeah, he has that. Can I tell you that I'll keep reiterating it. This is $200. Uh, I like it. Like, I won't lie, I really, really like Eotaboth. It's just the fact that maybe it could have came with more, like more effect parts and stuff. big bang from a buck. The plus side I could say is that he is chock full of like Chogokin metal, like just diecast metal, and like the way he's designed and like painted out to be very specific, like this is really cool. Like um, I wish I had Armada Prime, but I don't. But yeah. I don't. Did I do a size comparison? I don't think I did. But oh no, I did. I did. I was just kind of. I just remembered, and I just did this. I just did the size comparison, but like you don't need the stand, but I would definitely recommend it, especially because of the fact that I wasn't gonna keep this guy like posed in the air forever. But uh this guy doesn't come with much, but it's fine. I love the fact that he has like articulated hands because that is just a rarity on its own. But this guy is also pretty sharp to handle, which also doesn't make it fun for me because I'm. It's just like, man, I'm just so hands on. Why? It's just like it's there. You just saw that. I don't think you saw it, but I stabbed myself. But like, this guy's so pointy. He is. You don't need it. He doesn't need a fight. People just need to touch him, and that's it. But actually, now I look at him again. It's like, yeah, he's definitely a good figure. What I recommend it though, if you're well known, if you're familiar with Super Robot Wars, yes. If you're familiar with the whole idea of who he is, yes. Um, I forgot the pilot's name, by the way, so I can't say. Um, is he worth the $200? Or was he one? Was he 100 or 200? I don't remember. I got him off. I pre-ordered him off of HOJ, and it's like, oh my god, this is like one of the most expensive figures. It's no longer the most expensive figure I own. That goes to Tryon 3, and maybe one day I'll bust him out of the box and figure out what I could do with him. But until then, I like the plus sides. I would like to say is he's very articulated. He's very he his design is really good and it translates really well as a figure. Um, especially because like you get like a whole bunch of like really nice Chogokin metal, but I would not say this is worth it. It's a good figure, and like I said, if you're familiar with him, you're familiar with him. But this should not be your first. I would say he is bare bones, just all it is. The only other thing is this thing, and like if you don't care for that, you don't have to care for that. He just doesn't have a lot in his name. But they did make another, not of this, but like another robot from Super Robot Wars. His name is called Compatible Kaiser. If you're familiar with Compati Heroes, they brought the Compatible Kaiser over to that franchise. And that I would like to say I would like to get because it does feel a little more fulfilling than this. Because Viobot also has like for the price line like this, LEDs, like electronics in it, like not sounds or anything, but lights. And this guy doesn't have anything. He's only metal. The other ones I've kind of seen from this line. I think Viobot also did Iron Man, but they have like electronics, like they have light ups, and like just more fun things. And then this guy just has bare bones. But if you really like the design, go for it. Maybe not for $200 though. uh, I think that's the gist of all my reviews, though. I keep saying, maybe not for this price. Get it cheaper when you can. But that's the mindset of every person buying things. You always want to go for cheaper. But that's getting away from the review. The plus sides, the paint, the sculpt, the metal, the Chogokin metal is all here. It's nice. It's hefty. He also stays pretty well. He's pretty sturdy. downsides to me is that he's super spiky. Like he's it's cool that he's spiky, but he's a little too spiky to handle. The other downside is the fact that like it's just a little over. I would like to say it's overpriced because you could get like a third party transformer for like just this much, and they'll probably have just like enough to like justify the money. Actually, the other plus side is the hands. Like I just really love the hands, man, because it's just great. Like articulated hands. I haven't had those in like a long time. But also the figure, like just the shape. Anyways, but yeah, I'm talking too long, so that will be it from me, and I will see you guys in the next one I make. So, yeah, just so you know, here is Armor Hero Mars as a size comparison. So, I will see you guys in the next video. So, yeah, later.